couple of kind of scary things happening on American campuses. The first, late last week, was at a high school, Hillcrest High School in Jamaica, Queens. In this high school, there's a Jewish teacher who happens to be pro-Israel, who was identified on video, I guess, that she had been on Facebook, maybe, that she had been at a demonstration in support of Israel, holding a plaque, "I stand with Israel." The photos of this, of her being at the demonstration with the plaque, "I stand with Israel," started circulating in the school. A Facebook page was created, or at least, I guess the photo was on the teacher's Facebook page, was on her profile, on her page, right? Anyway, they took this, they started spreading it around, and at school, right, for about 2 hours last week, they basically rampaged through the halls, trying to do violence to this teacher. The teacher had to hide herself, had to lock herself and hide, as the kids, you can find video of this all over the web, as the kids just rampaged through the school, trying to figure out where she was and trying to get her. You know, they ripped a water fountain from the wall. They shattered tiles on the floor of the boys' bathroom. They were yelling "Free Palestine," Allah Akbar, and F Israel. The teacher was in hiding. The New York City Police Department has sent 25 officers to the scene. It took them a while to get control over this. And again, 2 hours to get it all under control. Of course, this has been condemned by the school authorities. It's been condemned by the city, by the mayor. The mayor was pretty stringent about this. The chancellor of New York Public Schools is kind of condemned it, not too much, right? He says what's happening in the Middle East has gotten a lot of emotions from a lot of people, right? Nobody wants to condemn it too much, though. We don't want to seem to be on the Israel side too much, but God, I mean, imagine being a Jewish teacher, a pro-Israel teacher, anyway, in these schools now. This is really scary. These kids are scary. And, you know, what kind of support are you going to get? And how is this going to change? What needs to happen to change these kids' minds? What needs to happen so that teachers can keep teaching without fear for their lives because of their particular positions? It is a truly bleak, horrible situation we're seeing for teachers who happen to be pro-Israel. Similar situation at the University of Southern California, USC. On a Thursday in early November, at the USC campus, there was a large crowd and a large crowd of demonstrators, pro-Palestinian, shouting all kinds of slogans by some witnesses, including shouting "Destroy Israel." A university professor, tenured university professor, by the name of John Strauss, who's an economics professor, teaches developmental economics, was walking by, saw this, and got angry. He's Jewish. He's pro-Israel. And he heard destroy Israel. And he started telling them, I'm Jewish and I'm very pro-Israel. And he said, Israel forever, Hamas are murderers. Supposedly, as part of the yelling back and forth, there's video of him saying, Hamas are murderers. That's all they are. Everyone should be killed, and I hope they are killed. Anyway, the students videotaped this. They chopped it up in various ways as to make this particularly horrific, and put it up on TikTok and put it up, everywhere else on social media. And the result of that is that Professor Strauss, in spite of having tenure, has been suspended from the university. He's on a paid administrative leave. He's barred from campus and is not going to be able to teach his undergraduate course this semester. Right. So it's, the students are saying, he insulted us, he stepped on a paper with the names of dead Palestinians, he said horrible things, and of course, all them ripping off the posters of the hostages, them saying horrible things. They have absolute right to free speech and anything they want, right? They can call for murder, genocide, the destruction of Israel, all they want. No penalties, nothing. But you stand up for Israel. You stand up for Israel. And, they tear you down. Right? Right. So, anyway, they tear you down, you lose your job. You are basically turned into a campus pariah. You can't even teach your classes. The fact that you have tenure, the fact that being there forever, doesn't make one difference. There's a long article in this on the LA Times, just an unbelievable injustice. And generally, what you're seeing around the country, around the United States today, is a complete and utter double standard. As long as you're calling for the genocide of Jews, that's fine. As long as you are calling for the destruction of Israel, that's fine. But if you say anything in support of Israel, or stand up against Hamas, or call for the destruction of Hamas completely, legitimately, you are shut down. You no longer have free speech. You no longer have any kind of sense of so-called academic freedom. Hi. All right. So this is horrific. It's basically a form of anti-Semitism. It's basically a form of discriminating against those that are perceived to be successful, and therefore supposedly the oppressors, for the benefit of those who are oppressed. You in the name of the oppressed, you can say anything you want. Never, never, ever defend the oppressors. Or really, to put it another way, in the name of the poor, in the name of, the poor, you can say anything you want. In the name of the successful, the rich, you can't defend them at all.